There, oh, my chair's super low. Hang on. Piston appears to be stuck. It's okay. I'll be a little low this evening. How is everyone doing this fine Thursday evening? I hope you're good. Mr. Factorio got you. Mr. Cuts, how's your day been? He's probably stuffing his face. Yeah, let's go with that. Green screen can. Woo. I hope everybody's had a good week so far. Had to pull myself away from watching Fairy Tale. Oh gosh, we got lots of people on 2 different services. Some people on YouTube, some people on Beam. No Discord voice? What? Mr. Cuts? Hello? I heard a comment from Mr. Cuts there for just a minute. Hello?
Can you hear me, Cuts?
Okay, now I can hear you.
Yay! It's working again.
I had to turn myself... Basically, I had to reset my listening to something else and then back to what it's supposed to be. Super weird. I don't know what that is. Okay. Sorry about that, Cuts. What's going on? What's happening?
I was distracted playing Factorio with a friend.
Cool.
You know how that is?
No, but I will assume. Actually, I do know enough about Factorio to know how absorbing it can be, yes.
Yeah, we got mods to make it even more complicated too. We just hit a crisis. We ran out of coal and everything ground to a halt.
Oh God.
Yeah, when everything's powered on steam engines, it's an issue.
Yeah, I have run across that problem recently in modded Minecraft. So yeah, I can sympathize. Oh gosh, we have so many different people. We have Blue Fox and Dragon Racer and Donny Mims and Taz A. Oh gosh, let's see. I think that's everybody. Yeah. I'm doing good, other than the fact that it seems my chair is stuck. Why is my webcam? Hang on a sec. Periodically I have to smack it. Any better? A little bit better. Okay. Weird. Don't know. I'm waiting for ForgeCraft to actually restart. Yes, it's been giving a 137 error like the 3 times I've restarted it. And I don't know if it's going to actually cooperate. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a distinct possibility that ForgeCraft One might just be sick enough that I can't play on it this evening. Well, let's see. Blue Box switched to Beam. Hey, Low Res Gamer, what's going on? Thanks, Chris. I'm trying to log in. See what happens. Yes, actually had a good week. I am preparing for PAX South 2017. It is going to be amazing. Oh, I think I'm actually in. Last time I restarted it, Cuts, and I logged in. And wow, my webcam is flaking out. There we go. I logged in, and it was actually, I was just standing in an abyss, and nothing around me would load. Couldn't move, couldn't anything. Then it timed me out, disconnected me, and I had to go force restart it again. So, I don't know. Let's see if this is going to work.
Player's right. 137 sounds not good for an exit code.
It's been doing that a lot. It's did that twice just within the last hour. There we go. There's Minecraft. Woo. Things are a little dicey. I'm not sure I don't know what the codes mean. Do you know what they mean?
No, but I'm looking it up.
Hey, Ohanzini2, what's going on? Yeah, there's a distinct possibility that ForgeCraft One is sick. Forge, TPS. You don't have permission to use that command. Thank you, Forge. I appreciate that so much. I see an Enderman, but I think I see extra sparkles on him. I've learned to spot, by the way, I'm not going to look at this guy, but if you look, there's two different kinds of sparkles on this Enderman. There are normal Enderman-y sparkles, and then there is smoke, very, very subtly blended into the body. That guy actually has a strength buff from spawning on Cursed Earth. That's why I got my butt whooped by one last week, or earlier this week. Code 9 force kill. That's interesting. Oh, hey, Kiro, 5505, what's going on? Only problem with Beam is I can't direct cast it to my Chromecast or my PC. It's interesting. Yeah, the server needs an update pretty bad, I think. Honestly. Or just a complete restart. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Need to go over here. We have power coming in. I'm gonna get some redstone and go visit downstairs. I have a sneaking suspicion that these chunks have not been loaded. They have been frozen. Maybe? I don't know. Let's see. Do that. Run. Last thing I always do is put power in the TNT generator. Okay, now I'm going to get, well, actually, just in case there's not power reaching over there, I'm going to get a couple of stacks of these. Go over here. And we're going to go back to the old house. Hey, Heart of Dragons, what's going on? Everybody will be happy to know I found a replacement for Morph, as in the mod Morph.
Nice.
Yes, Metamorph, and it actually works very well, dare I say. It works super well, almost unerringly. Like, I can't find any problems with it, which is almost distressing me more. But it's not the point. Yeah, I actually have a mod called Metamorph that I've been looking into investigating and testing. There is very little more hilarious than seeing a silverfish with a giant diamond sword sticking off of it. It's funny.
Oh, so it actually does the items as well now.
It does the items, yeah. So you get, now it only does items in hand or blocks in hand. It does not do armor. But
oh well, fair enough.
Yeah,
but that's just armor for the most part, unless it's special that has its own model, is built into the player skin anyway.
Yeah, you would have to do custom models for like everything. So yeah, it's pretty crazy, but it does work. Very, very well. And I have been messing with have been messing with it some. Oh gosh, that was a nasty belch. I'm glad I muted that. Yes, actually. If you don't mind, thank you. Yeah, Metamorph works really, really well. It is going to be going into a couple of packs. I am kicking myself for saying this, but there's a distinct possibility I'm going to be making a second 110 pack. Yes, I don't know. I know what I'm getting myself into, and I already regret it, but I kind of need it. And nobody else is willing to do it. So, Pirate Bolt says,
Oh, is this the buildy farmy one?
yes, tentatively being called Coop Life. That or Grimco Farms. I haven't thought about it yet. I'm probably just going to stick with Coop Life. It's more jokey.
Bonus points if you can force people into being chickens.
What, Coop Life?
Using the mod, yeah.
Well, I don't have to. I can't force people into it. But I can make it an option.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
It would be funnier if it was.
There was discussion about seeing if we could commission a specially made mod that just supported transforming the player into one creature, the chicken, and forcing that on them. I think that would be
You could always
funny.
talk to that mod maker to see if you can.
I don't know. Maybe.
Add a
But
thing to allow that.
I'm just not sure. I have other people that are interested in playing it. I don't know if they want to be chickens all the time as well. So,
I've
there's
been inducted to the Coop Street Mafia.
well,
Face their initiations.
yeah, exactly. But still, I mean, it would definitely put up some dividing lines as opposed to in the contrast of the chickens versus the non-chickens, I guess. But still, there has been some expressed interest in a kind of a farming centric, non-crazy skyblock, kind of a casual pack. It's probably going to have a lot fewer mods than VC4, like way fewer. Right now, the mod count is almost half. But that means it'll run better. So, hey.
If you want it to be really chill, find something that stops mobs spawning above the surface.
Do you have a thing in mind?
I used it in the pack that I made in 1.7.10, but I don't have one currently. Because what I did, I used in my own pack. I used like stuff like infernal mobs and deadly world and stuff like that. But I made it so none of the mobs spawned above the surface, so the surface was peaceful and chill. But underground, you had to do serious adventuring to actually go find stuff.
I do actually like that idea. If we could dig up a mod that might do that sanely, I don't want to make it. I don't make it too hard.
You wouldn't believe how it changes building, though. It's just you can travel. It doesn't. You can just go find things because you don't have to care about being beset at night.
Yeah, exactly. Which is one of the reasons why I think it's a cool idea. Yeah, a chicken mod pack says Heart of Dragons.
You don't have to build all the doors with mob proofing in mind.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So, thank you very much. There is a distinct possibility of a mod pack coming out. Tentatively, I don't know what the name's going to be. I'm going to vote on it. Grimco Farms might be too in-joke, and people might not get that, but Coop Life might be a bit more, especially since we're heavily relying on the chickens and more chickens and hatcheries mods. That might be a bit more self-explanatory, I think. Not sure. Okay, we have power going. I can start thinking about what we want to do this. Did we have a plan? We were going to do something, and we talked about it. Crap. We really need to start writing this crap down.
Yeah.
Somebody will remind us in a minute. Hey, Connor Shields, what's going on? Bok says Dragon Racer. Yeah, I do think it could be very, very interesting. The mod pack is going to be farming and livestock centric. Creative, some not creative, but some, definitely building and kind of architecture centric. It is going to be more casual, more lighthearted. There's probably going to be some stuff in there that people might be a bit more inclined to say, oh, that's overpowered, because like you can technically make chickens that hatch eggs or that lay eggs that are metal eggs. So I can actually have iron chickens that lay iron eggs. It's like resource crops, kind of, but with chickens instead of plants. I think that's kind of cool. I like that concept. So yeah.
I'm actually really liking Mystical Crops in Sky Factory because it's set up in a way that you know how like with AgriCraft you could kind of breed up your plant, but then you could just kind of propagate that plant all over the place.
Right.
So once you got like one diamond crop, you could make a whole field of diamond crops. You just get tons of diamonds, right?
Right.
With that one, with it set up, it's normally 1.1, but it's set to 1.0 now. So when you break a thing, you only get one seed. You can't propagate them. You have to make a new seed, which costs like loads and loads of base resources to get to make that seed.
Oh God, that sounds kind of like a pain in the ass.
Well, I mean, it's more that like oh, you get your coveted diamond crop, but then it's like, okay, so you have to spend on making. You don't crossbreed any of these; you just craft them, so you don't have to like fiddle around with it. But you have to craft all the crops you want. You can't just like craft one and then propagate it so you got a whole field of it. Which is kind of nice.
There is a mod called Peaceful Surface, which does exactly what you were talking about.
Nice. It wasn't when I last checked.
Yeah, I need to actually go look at that. Okay, I was talking about doing something.
It is for 110 and 111.
Cool.
Trying to remember. Okay. Let's see if
there is on curse.
There's what?
It doesn't seem to be on curse if there is.
That's where I found it, Cuts. I'm on the page right now. I can link it up in Discord if you want.
Please, because I searched surface and it came, well, peaceful surface, it came up with nothing. Search surface, I got 6 things that aren't it.
Are you positive you're looking at the buckets plugin tab or something like that and not the mods tab on the search results?
Yeah, I'm on the mods tab.
No, I'm talking to Cuts.
Yeah, no, it's all projects. It's showing.
Are you on
mods
Curse?
and, like,
are you on CurseForge or Curse?
CurseForge, because I'm looking through all the mod projects.
Go to Curse. CurseForge assumes that it is actually being development hosted on CurseForge. There is stuff on Curse that's not on CurseForge.
Okay.
At least that's what I have found. Okay.
Link to Discord under Minecraft.
Okay. Yeah, I found it on going through anyway.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay. So, my brain has still not conjured up what we were going to work on this week.
And by clicking project site, there it is on CurseForge. What?
Well, rule number 1, Curse's search engine sucks. Rule number 2, stuff that's on Curse isn't always on CurseForge. Don't know why. Or at least maybe it's not linked properly. Let's put it that way. Do I still... I do. Ooh, there we go.
That works differently.
What works differently?
It's different how it works. How I had it was no hostile mobs can spawn above like height 55. This is monsters may only spawn in light level 0.
Oh, interesting. Oh, hey Brad, what's going on? Dirty Mim said Firehouse subs for donut. That sounds really good. But we did have chicken tikka masala samosas. No, I'm not going to say that 5 times fast. Yeah. Oh, thank you, John Wary. John Wary says, have fun at PAX South. Thank you very much. I'm going to try and post some quick little videos, but bandwidth always sucks so bad when you get to convention areas like this that we might have to record a lot of footage and then post it up after the fact. We'll see.
We might get lucky and the Wi-Fi at the hotel might not suck too bad since we're further away.
That's true. Last year, we stayed at a hotel that was right next to the convention center. So I think there were literally people that were just kind of going up and down some of the various levels of the hotel to... Is there a dirt block missing here? What the heck? Going up they were basically borrowing different floors worth of Wi-Fi from the hotel. I do think that was a thing this past year. So we're a couple of blocks away this year. Hopefully it will be less of an issue. I have not begun to express my hatred for Endermen and the effect they have on my front yard. Oh my God.
Yeah, just over time, the decay of everything.
Yeah.
Now just imagine if that was structures were subject to that like they originally were when they were first added.
Oh God.
Just coming back to seeing someone's house that was right near spawn and watching that it had melted because it was within the spawn chunk loaded area.
There we go. I'm stockpiling some mana because it's always good to have some. Hey, Mr. Marcus Hutzler, what's going on? I'm still going to have videos going up. I'm just going to... Well, I normally don't live stream on the weekends. I'm still going to have videos going up during that time, Blue Fox. Normal schedule videos. At least that's the plan. Barring YouTube problems. Okay, so this is one thing we need to talk about real quick. There are going to be some changes coming to YouTube and YouTube chat. They are removing fan funding and replacing it with something called Super Chat. Worst name ever, but that's not the point. Super Chat is an improvement, air quotes, let's hope, on the fan funding system. Basically, it will have a system where if you tip a streamer that has the new Super Chat system, then it will pop up a little alert in chat that will sticky at the top. And the amount that you tip determines how long it's sticky. So the more you tip, the longer that message will stay up there. Now, my big worry is going to be people posting nasty messages. However, I have a pretty copious foul language blacklist on my channel. It catches most things. I have just discovered there's something else I need to add, but that's not the point. But yeah, basically, what it's going to do is allow people to actually post nice messages or positive messages or whatever in chat, and they will stay sticky at the top of chat based upon the length and how much, on a length based upon how much the actual tip amount is. I think it could be cool. It's a similar system, very similar to the bits and cheering system on Twitch. We'll see, but it's going to be rolling out by the 21st. Thank you, Andrew, for the subscription. I think it's a typo, Marcus. I'm assuming you said both. I'm good. I'm fine. Low-res gamers is Enderman are just the vanilla erosion mechanic in Minecraft. Yeah, not far off. Let's see. Cuts, were we talking about replacing the AE system? I mean the refined storage system? Or were we talking about, I can't remember, power generation? Or something we were distinctly discussing that I am drawing a blank on now.
I can't honestly remember either, but I need to go AFK in a few minutes, so be back in a minute.
Fine. Okay. Yeah. Oh, hey, Nocturnal. Didn't see you sneak in. Yeah. We had plans for this evening, and it sounded like a good plan, and I can't remember what it is now. Ender artifacts, baubles, alphomancy.
New subscriber.
Ben Sloman, thank you very much for subscribing. Let me see. I have been tempted to set up a copious set of, get a whole bunch of these sparks and a whole bunch of these and set them up like just under the ground or maybe just above, suspended in air. So there's a whole bunch of like a 3x3 grid of mana pools that distribute from this to those that act as kind of like backup power. Because right now, if this starts getting low, it pulls from those two. And those kind of act like overflow, same as this one. This is the master, basically. I think. Can't remember. Either that's the master or that's the master. I cannot recall. That one is the master. That's right. That's the dominant. So all the mana comes from here to the other pools. So I could do some other pools like right around here. I could do some more down here that had some of these Sparks on them. Sparks aren't as hard to make. I've been tempted to do something like that with Britannia. Ah! Oh my gosh. All the dirt below these chests are missing. What the heck? Once upon a time, more of this hill used to exist. Okay. Yeah, see, all this is gone. Gone. Good grief. Missing. Missing. I want a flower. Maybe somebody can tell me if this exists. I want a flower from Britannia that stops Enderman from picking these things up. I'd pay good money for that. Yeah, see, I can see holes over here.
I believe there's a flower that kills mobs, if I remember correctly.
Okay. There are so many of these holes. Oh my god. Just looks ugly as heck. Yeah, whatever. But as good as I'm gonna be able to do right now. Whee! Sun is setting again. Hey, Berg, what's going on? Hey, Lord Raven Shadow. Lag it up, paint facades as grass blocks. Well, I could do that. That's one of the things I used to like to do with carpenter's blocks. Is do carpenter's blocks with dirt and then right-click a seed on it. It would put a grass layer on top, so the blocks wouldn't get picked up by Enderman. I always thought that was cool. Hey, Malrat, what's going on? Also, hello, Arseg. Okay. It is time to come in here and actually give a good hard look at, let's see, I was considering making some more batteries and maybe finding a place to stick all of the battery storage. Part of me wants to just park it right here and make a big battery bank, like several of those vibrant capacitors. I think that could be really cool, but I'm not sure I want to do that manually, because that means I would have to do a pretty copious amount of auto crafting to get up there.
The Bellthorn from Britannia will kill mobs.
Somebody's saying the Vinculotus forced Enderman to teleport to it, make an Enderman trap, and protect the landscape. Let's go look it up. I'm curious. Wand of protection on the grass. I think. But we've got the cap for the number of blocks you can protect extremely low. So I would have to make dozens of actual wands of protection. One for each little bit of the landscape. Hey, Eridani, what's going on? Let's back up. Let's see. Functional flora. The Vinculotus has the power to create a disturbance among any Enderman's teleportation powers within a fairly large radius around it. For the cost of mana, whenever an Enderman would teleport anywhere instead, they're teleported to the location of the Vinculotus. So I could do... What the heck is that? Rune of Lust? Okay. Sloth? Wow, this is complicated. I could do one of these on a floating flower above a hole. Or... Totally an extra utils ripoff. What? Yeah. Okay. So I could make one of these. Make it a floating flower. Suspend it over, like, maybe a spike or a hole with some diamond spikes in them or something like that. Or even just some, like, ordinary spikes. Just kill them. Death of Time says, a force field from RF Tools is the grass block camo. While that sounds brilliant, it also sounds like a massive power drain. We have been dealing with getting a Certus quartz for the AE2 setup. And one of the things that we've been doing is running the Ender Quarry. Not the Ender Quarry, the Quantum Quarry. Unfortunately, this thing eats mass amounts of power. And we need to actually start thinking about making a bigger power bank than this that we can put somewhere. Now, the only thing I can think of is a big modular battery. RF wireless battery. Nope. The only thing I can think of is making a big capacitor bank. Energy? Maybe. Maybe. Nope. IC2 upgrades, RF tools. RF tools. It's got a battery bank, but I can't remember. Okay. There's a power cell, an advanced power cell that only holds 4 million. And I would have to make several of them to actually make it worthwhile. Well, that sucks, Aerodowny. I'm glad that is the cat okay? Yeah, hopefully the cat gets to be feeling better if it's not already. Okay, I'm actually going to cheat. Kinda. I'm pulling up the instance to look at the mods list again, because I can't remember what tech mods we have in here. Okay. So, in terms of RF power, what we would have to actually power these things with, we have, I don't think Forestry has any power storage. Ender IO does. It's probably what we're going to end up using. Extra Utils, I don't think has RF storage. Got wireless RF storage. I think wireless transmission. But the volume is not large. Immersive Engineering has batteries, but the wires have changed significantly recently, and I don't know how they work anymore. Also, the batteries are not massive. Hey, Jiba, what's going on? Let's see. IC2, Moot, doesn't do RF, which is what we need. I think it's going to be vibrant capacitors from Ender IO. I'm pretty sure. RF Tools battery is only 4 million, whereas a vibrant capacitor from Ender IO is 25 million. Yep. That's what I'm thinking. Yes, I did put a big capacitor on the roof with some solar panels about a week ago. It is up here. And this is basically holding power from this. Since the batteries downstairs are full, this is slowly topping up. But what I could do is I could get this, the two other ones downstairs. It would be 75 million. I would want to make at least probably 5 more, because I would want a good chunk of about 200 million worth of RF power, because then we could turn this thing on and we could run it for like a long period of time. As it stands right now, we have a lot of clutter that we need to get out of here. I'm gonna go over here. Actually, no. We don't have that mod. Okay. We have a lot of ores and stuff like this. Really, I wish there was a way we could target this thing to only get us Certus quartz of some kind. That would be very, very nice. Or Certus. Let's look at Certus quartz. Certus quartz, see. Is there... Okay, we can find it in dungeon chest. Sag mill from ore. Pretty much. Yeah. Certus quartz, there are no ways around it. We are going to have to go get and find. Place is looking good, says Jiva. Thank you very, very much. This is the brainchild of Mr. Cuts, for the most part. I did have to ugly it up with some solar panels, but there you go. Arseg says, can't you filter the quantum quarry? I think. Might have to do that. Because, I mean, basically what we need is just Certus quartz and charged Certus quartz. That's what we need right now. Access... Oh, access... Cuts, when you get back, I need you to do XU power sharing. Because we need to update this server so bad. Okay, we'll check that in a minute. Let me see. Do we have any filters? Let's see. Filter. Item filter. Fluid filter. Actually, that's pretty easy. Let's come over here. Nope. Make one of these. Yeah, whitelist. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and set it up, and as soon as Cuts gets back, we'll... Oh, yeah, he moved the screen upstairs. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's get one of them. I think that's something else. I don't think I have to worry about that. Maybe. We have to make these, if I remember right. I think... I don't think these have... Oh, these do have ore dictionary. Well... Yeah, whatever. So I have a filter. I just need access to the machine now. Yeah, if a filter is placed in it, I read it will only mine the filtered stuff. So yeah, that is still an issue though, that we're going to have to run it with as much power storage as possible, I think. I kind of wish we had something wild like quantum flux or something in here. I finally catch a stream, says Steve Blom. Hey, Atomic, what's going on, man? Oh, gosh. Okay, I'm going to take this step out. Get all of this. And put it in the system. Actually, the ebony sapling I want. We're going to keep the flowers because it dies. I really don't think we need any of the biomes gems. Do we do not need to have seeds. Monazit. Wow, modular force field system. It's been a while. Whee! Yeah. Filtered by the Certus ore? I can't remember. Would it be the ore? Yeah, it would be the ore. Wait a minute. Is it the ore or the stuff it's coming from? Because we're not going to get the ore. It breaks the ore and gives us the crystals. We never actually get the ore. Can't you dupe the Certus quartz with the Tome of Alkahestry? No, we can't. Certus quartz, that is actually only nether quartz. If you look at the actual recipe, if we do Certus, if I do recipe for ore, nothing. And then we come over here, the only recipe for this stuff is breaking it from blocks, getting it in dungeon chests, or sag mill from the ore itself. That's it. Yeah. So I don't know if we need to do the item filter for the ore or the stuff that is coming in from the actual miner. Are we filtering at a block breaking level or at a output level? That's what I don't know. We'll have to test it and see. I can do both.
Almost certainly output.
Can you do XU power sharing, please?
Just a sec. It's cold and I'm getting my blanket.
Do that. I'm actually gonna keep. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're filtering at an output level, not at a block breaking level. Pretty sure. We'll see. We can run it for a split second and see what we end up getting. We're a few seconds. Kind of depends. I wish that it would use less power the shorter your whitelist is for filtering. I think that could be really, really cool. The Incertus Quartz quest? What? Great, now I just need him to hurry up and do power sharing. Hint.
All right, yeah.
Yes, the important thing. So I can continue with the stream. There we go. Okay, we have this, which has been inverted. Yeah, this is blacklist. Stuff we don't want. And I would put this in its place, stuff we do want. Now I could do, the reason why I think it's the actual Certus quartz and not the ore is because I think we would have to have a silk touch in here, which does merit. Let's make a book and let's put silk touch on it. Book. Do we have it? We have an enchanted book. Okay. That's not good enough. Book. Really? I'm always low on paper. I need to make a Pam's paper tree. I really do. And silk touch is gonna be... Actually, hang on a sec. If we do Certus, and then we do uses for the ore, sag mill, we'll only get 2. Certus quartz. Yeah, we only get 2. I'm not gonna worry about it for now.
You only get 2 from other stuff at the moment as well, so I suppose this will be fortune.
Yes. I was thinking about Silk Touch. I think Fortune would be better, though. If we do Fortune, we have a likelihood of magnifying what we're going to get. I think that's going to be better than grinding it on Silk Touch. So, I wish I could search this, like F-O-R-T-E. Fort. I was going to remember what page what is on Thorns. I don't think it's any of those. Looting, that's the wrong thing.
What did we ever do with that Fortune 4 book, I think it was? Did we ever use that for anything?
I do believe we used it on a tool and/or weapon that got sacrificed for durability. Okay,
Damn, what a shame.
Once again, I do not have enough experience to do something, so let's go over to the old base and see what happens over there. What if
I
one...
got 39.
What?
I have 39 levels, if that will help.
Oh, I'm sorry. All I heard was... and I wasn't sure what you said. Holy...
Somebody strikes again.
What's in... What the heck? Okay. This has definitely been running. Wow, 36 levels. Okay. Oh, I do need to take this back with me. Woo! Okay. Wait a minute, I saw an immersive engineering comment. In some cases, the excavator from immersive engineering will pull the surface from quartz veins. Quartz veins?
Well, there's multiple kind of implicit veins for the IE excavator around the world of different types, and they each come with different types of ores.
Interesting.
Apparently that has some stuff to do with Certus. Don't know. We'd have to check the IE manual to see exactly what the distributions are. And of course, there's the whole sort of finding them, and then powering the thing, and the fact that they're not unlimited.
There's your answer. My God, we have a lot of emeralds. Oh, right. I need a book and quill. Whoops. Let's do that. Go over here. We're going to do this, Fortune 3. Blocks mind. Whoop, it's got power. I think it's funny that this thing takes such an absurd amount of power, but it only holds 20,000 RF. Oh, lavender fields, oh God. Whoopsie. That's not working. Guess what? We're keeping everything. Maybe I need to reset this. And just do that. Maybe I'm matching too much. Let's get all this garbage. Actually, that's not garbage. Let's leave that in there. Everything else is garbage, though. Doot. Yep, I was overmatching. That was it. Might want a bigger tank with the XP farm. A drum, perhaps. Yes, that's one thing I'm going to be doing. I need to get this filled up. What?
Would not an XP obelisk just be better because it would store the XP as levels and just go on up and up and up?
That's actually true. We've got one here. I'm just going to relocate it. Because honestly, we can make another one here if we want to. I'm going to get this thing.
Could always dimensional transceiver the fluid across and straight into that one here.
We can't. I told you about making sense. We can't have that kind of crap, man. You got to stop that. I mean, really, the nerve.
He says that to me all the time. Just ignore him.
Okay, I'm actually going to do that. And let's get this thing back out. Let's do this. Let's do up. I'm going to do in. Oh, wait a minute. No, I need to do this.
I'm not going to follow you through there, because last time I did it remained slow over here for the rest of the time. When I came back.
There we go.
I don't get this. It's like... talking with Discord now is absolutely fine, but since a couple of days ago, and I think it must be because it's being launched through the Curse launcher or something. Although the first time I did it, first couple of times I did it, it had no problem at all. Discord will not capture push to talk in Minecraft unless it's run as administrator now.
That is Minecraft through the Curse launcher.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But I mean, the first couple of times I ran Sky Factory, that wasn't an issue, and now it is.
Yeah, I can't. I have my F12 to start streaming or recording. I literally cannot use that while in Minecraft if I launch it through the Curse launcher. I just use the Curse launcher to manage packs, like update and stuff like that. And then once I do that, I copy it over to MMC because Curse launcher is weird. I don't like it. Okay, is this? Oh, he's low. That's right. I've got this thing, which is full of go juice. There we go. In theory, we should see this go up here in a minute. Yep, there we go. Okay, let's get an experience. Awesome. Whee! Yeah, XP Obelisk is the way to go. We can just let it run. I don't care about the drops. What I'm honestly thinking about doing is just getting all the drops in there and dumping it into a trash can so it's at least not building up and sitting around on the floor. Because I do think that is kind of contributing to the problem, so to speak.
We could also do it with, instead of using the Killer Joe, do the interdiction torches again with some golden spikes.
Which one is golden spikes?
Drop XP.
You know what? I like that idea. Golden spikes. Because then it's always running. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's 18 gold.
2, 3.
Makes 4 spikes there.
Okay, I got 4 spikes. And then we're going to need interdiction.
Yeah, 4 interdiction torches and 2 gold spikes. We'll do it.
I've got 4 and 4. Hey! Wait a minute. Do we want to kill the cursed earth?
You'd still want to probably get rid of the drops. I don't know. No, it should be okay. I suppose I'll sacrifice some frame rate and come through and help.
Well, okay. And he's gone. Do we want to? Does multi-MC work smoother than Curse Launcher? Says Blue Fox 009. How can I put this? Yes. I think that was clear enough. All headphone users now hate me. Curse Launcher is weird. It's buggy. I don't like it. I've put a lot.
I've had no specific problems, but it has been slower in general than other ones I've used.
I get worse performance in it. I do not get as good a frame rate. I don't get as smooth a frame rate. Like, it shudders a lot more. Like, you can get this kind of weird stuttering. It says you're getting 60 FPS, but it feels like it's actually 30 FPS. It's really weird. I don't know how to phrase it. I can't get my key captures out. That is a huge no-no for me. That's a big stopping point. Garjon says, here's a question. I doubt you get that often. Actually, a lot. How do you take your coffee? There are some coffee I can drink black, but most coffees I can't drink black because I have an ulcer. So the high acidity of a lot of coffee doesn't do me very well, which means I use a lot of creamer and a little bit of sugar to kind of put it off a little bit. The better the coffee, the less sugar I use, though. Generally.
Generally speaking, he takes his coffee medium light, a little bit more than medium sweet, with a dash of salt.
Ta-da! And yes, salt. You heard her right. Salt is very, very useful. Okay, I'm coming down there. I've got stuff, and I'm not afraid to use it. Okay. For now, I'm going to put all my levels right there, because reasons. Okay, I'm actually going to get that.
Not sure whether we'd want maybe 2 of the XP grabber thingies for this. I'm not sure.
I was going to put the spikes. I don't know.
Oh, in the other corner and have it pull across, or what?
Yeah, come over here. Come on. You dumb XP orbs.
Because they're moving towards me as well.
There we go. Apparently I have a more magnetic personality. I think the hang-ups will get a lot less if we get rid of Killer Joe and put a solid block there. That's problem number 1. Will be solved because they get stuck on Killer Joe going across this wall right here.
Yeah, I'm just thinking which corner to put the spikes in, because it was you either have 2 of the XP collectors either side of the spike, or you have the spike in one of the other corners.
We could put the spikes over here.
I think maybe opposite the collector is a bad idea. Maybe in the one near it, because it's closer, but not on the, like here or something.
Yeah, put it in this corner. What do you think?
Thing is, this is 4x5, because the range of Killer Joe. We can expand it by 1 block, and probably should.
Do you want to go get some glass, and I can dig out the cursed earth? That means you're going to have to bring back a drop of evil, too.
Well, I mean, you don't necessarily need to. We can probably safely work around it.
We don't necessarily need to have monsters spawning while we're working on this?
Well, I meant.
I mean, we do or don't?
We could. I don't think it'll be that much of a problem to have them doing so. If you remove a block and then place the corresponding block 1 over piecemeal, they shouldn't ever be able to get out.
Okay.
If you prefer, we can just nuke it, though. Not literally, hopefully.
I just, you got to remember, if something gets out of here, it's not a whatever, it's a whatever plus plus.
Well, yeah, but I mean, we're both heavily armored. And armed.
I was heavily armored and armed and got my butt whooped by a Kung Fu Enderman.
Should have flown straight up. Or was I here?
Just what?
Where was that?
That was back at the base earlier this week.
Definitely should have flown up.
Should have blown up. In the span of about 3 or 4 seconds where I think I'm about to whoop its ass, I figured, I can do some damage. By about second number 2, you're like, wait a minute, I think I'm losing this fight. You're dead by second 3. It happens really fast. Okay.
Also true to say your armor isn't currently enchanted as well, so it can stand to be better.
No, it is not. However, it is boosted from being rechargeable. So we need to move things back this way.
Yeah, 1 block over this direction.
Which means we need to move back the vacuum chest. I can move this back already. It's easy. Oh, no, I can't.
We need something for moving a chest. Do we have anything like the dollies at all for moving chests or not? Oh, we can do the relocation one thing, can't we?
Yes, we can. There we go. There's my trash can. Good grief. Okay.
We're still going to need more glass. So I
yes.
I should get that. Or...
If you can go get some more glass and a stack of dirt, that would be fabulous.
Hopefully, the more I teleport, the worse the frame rate. Hopefully, not get.
Put this here, this here. Actually, I'm going to get these down here. Give me just a second, folks. I'm concentrating. Okay, awesome. So many wands. So many bows, so little time. Honestly, I don't think we need anything from here. I think I'm gonna... Yep. To heck with it. I remember something with the RF Tools Builder being able to pump XP orbs out of the world, but I've never tried it. That does actually mean that you've got the RF Tools Builder working a constant or a pulse basis, and it uses a lot of power. So, I'm not the biggest fan of running the RF Tools Builder constantly. Conduits. What? Really? Okay.
We actually have 21 dark glass already in here.
We don't have any let's see. Can I do...
I have some conduit on me, if you need.
Some item conduits?
Yep, 11 item conduits and 4 ender energy conduits.
Well, I now have 8. Oh crap, that's just gonna have to be enough. I now have 8 item conduits on me. I'm gonna go clean up that chest by just pumping everything out of it into the trash can. 'Cause reasons.
Yeah, it's a fair point. You can just slap a torch in there to turn it all off anyway.
Yeah.
Keep it out before the last thing goes in.
Glass in a stack of dirt is someone's building a house. What? Awesome. That's still collecting experience. Gonna do...
I just realised this is going to be exactly the right amount of glass. We've got 21 pieces, and that's a 15 size. Well, that'll be one too little. So, well, one too many because the vacuum chest will leave another gap. So.
Please make it go away. Yep, there we go. It is vanishing.
A creeper head.
There's a stick. There is a stick. Do I have any?
11 arrows of splashing blindness.
Yep.
Wow.
Activate signal. Oh, right. Okay.
There we
go.
More hardened clay.
No, why? I had one
Extending.
block, literally. Let me go get some more. You should install lamps with redstone cables from Ender IO. Yeah, I already have Ender IO redstone cables that I'm trying to get rid of around the base because it running actually kills FPS right now on this version we've got. So every time we start running the endergenic generator back at that base and the redstone cables start flickering and flickering and flickering, it's not good. Clay.
I realised I don't have a light one since I died before, and I no longer have any torches on me either.
Hang on. Teleportation. Wand. Get 2 of these. Go back. Yeah, I've got an XP vacuum in there. And also, I tried having tank right next to the XP vacuum. I can't pull directly out of it with another block. We actually have to use the the fluid conduits. It's the only way to get it out. No. Can you come over here away from the vacuum? There's that. That is the clay we've got. Oh, God. I'm going to go make some more just in case. Minecraft theme build park building some Something sounds... What? Anyone hear anything new on the Minecraft theme park being built in New York State? What? There's no Minecraft theme park being built anywhere, at least not legitimately. Have you thought about recycling the armor from the mob farm through the TC furnace? Yes.
Largely pointless.
Every single live stream, we actually show the contents of that chest and people see that there's actually armor in it. Everybody always brings up the fact that we should recycle the armor. It's kind of pointless because we have to actually do auto crafting, and we would have to have multiple tiers of auto crafting to represent the multiple damage stage levels. We do not have anything that I'm familiar enough with actually programming that could handle the fuzzy damage values on armor. But we would have to recombine everything together until we got one that was completely repaired and then export that out. It's not worth the effort. It really isn't.
We already have so much stuff, and it's easy to get other ways.
Yeah, it's
really not necessary.
If this was my first mob farm, maybe. But yeah, it's not worth it at this point. Because we have to actually get them fully repaired before. Iron Sonic 2001 is now following. Thank you very much, Iron Sonic. Low Res Gamer says if it's just for a manual light switch, the redstone cables shouldn't be flickering, so probably no frame rate issues. Yes, I'm hip. I see what you're saying, but we only have to do this once. We don't have to do it again. I don't see the point of installing lighting. So yeah. And yes, the flickering conduits right now are bad for redstone conduits. As a matter of fact, all conduits are bad at this point in time because there's a potential problem in these older versions of Ender.io that are resulting in duplicate conduits killing the actual server performance. It's being investigated. Newer versions might solve it. We don't know. But I'm hesitant to put down any conduits, much less the one item conduit that I kind of had to put down. Yeah, the number of armor pieces would take 21 crafters alone. Actually, if we did tier 3 automatic crafter.
You stick the spikes in the ground and the ceiling there, please.
There's more clay. I don't know if you still need it. Where do you want them? You want them in this corner or in that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, this corner would be better.
Because you said the other corner.
Yeah, I know. I just realized.
Ta-da.
Right, we're still going to put the thingy in the wall there, yeah?
The vacuum chest?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you've got it, I assume.
So I guess we need to move all these back one. Or something. Or rather the trash can and the lever and stuff.
Yeah. I would say just stick the trash can. Give me that. I don't think we need the chest, really. We don't need anything from this drop, from these mob drops.
This one's gonna go here, isn't it?
Let's reclaim some of these conduits. Actually, some of that clay that you've got, can I steal it back from you? So I can fill this nonsense back in?
Alright, you got the interdiction torches, right?
Yep.
Stick them in their places.
What, we have 2 here? Like this?
Yep, 2 on the opposite corner and then 1 on either of the 2 corners.
There you go. Dun, dun,
Okay.
dun.
The fun begins.
There we go.
That's all the dark glass. Exactly. Now we just need to cover up the light coming in through here like before.
Did you put the trash can here?
No, I
Have
can't
you-
put it right there. Let's go to that. You put conduit in for the... Do you saw that? Or should I? So much cleaner than before.
Do you have the speed upgrades? Don't throw them to me. You're gonna have to put them in there. Do you have a wrench or anything? Yeah. I'd say don't throw them to me. They just get vacuumed up and tossed.
I have one speed upgrade.
That's fine. Anything's better than nothing.
And there we go. That should do it with no one nearby. Seems to. The cursed earth grows very slowly.
So now, get as far away from the vacuum as possible, so we're not screwing with it. And another wave of monsters should spawn. Here we go. I'm here. I'm on the spikes. And... little orb. Yeah, okay. It works. Perfecto.
I guess now we just need to get the XP over or something instead of having it here.
Meh. For now, we can leave it there. We'll pipe it over later. The big thing is we have a basically unlimited reservoir space for the experience. So we don't have to worry about the tanks filling up and basically wasting. Hey, Tanchi, what's going on? What is this? The power needed for the repairer is a bit high to use for recycling armor. What? Oh, yeah, keep forgetting about the item repairer. Yes, 5,000 RF per point of durability. If you're going to use the item repairer in actually additions, it requires an absurd amount of power. It is not worth it. Unless you got a prized tool you just cannot part with. Yeah. Choose now. We don't need these. This thing, I'm temporarily putting in the bottom of this chest. Here we go. Okay, this has been running. I now need to...
Oh, apparently I sliced my own finger open. Wonderful.
That
Go
sounds,
me.
That sounds horrible.
I hid it on the corner of a cupboard downstairs in the kitchen. I thought I'd just scrape the skin, but no, apparently I've cut myself.
Let's get a stack of redstone. Actually, also, let's get some slimes. Good for that. We're going to throw every single ounce of power gen, absurd power gen that we've got down here at this thing. Put
Oh, we
those
got a
in.
stack and a bit of certus, a stack of diamonds.
Yep, I flagged diamonds because I don't know why. We don't need diamonds. We have diamonds coming out of our ears, but I put it on the whitelist. Yeah, so there you go. Certus, charged Certus, Certus, and diamonds. And it's basically still running. I think that is the benefits of Fortune. Oh, also, we're losing out on power gen because we're at night. Hang on. Yeah, that's the same thing, basically, Itachi, that I could see the repairer being used for. You got some prized set of tools. You go use them a little, come back, repair them. That way they never get a lot of durability damage. You put unbreaking on them to make them go even farther. I can see that as being a good thing. But with the prevalence of Tinkers, and the fact that Tinker's tools don't work in the item repair, at least I don't think they do.
They do.
Do they?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, honestly, if you're playing your tool right, you don't really have to worry about it. My best tools are still made out of cobblestone right now from Tinker, from the ones you made me.
Yeah, I don't have them anymore. Well, I mean the pickaxe. I still have
Yeah.
the hammer and stuff. Since I didn't remake it yet when I... It was already the pick of shame. It's like the pick of double shame. Well, no. I take that back. That wasn't really my fault. Destination Analyzer said everything was fine.
Yeah. No, that was not your fault. That is not because we did something dumb. It's because somebody took their own dimension starting point into itself. They basically Mobius looped their dimension. Where am I going? I don't need to go down. I need to go over here. Bum, bum, bum. Okay. So now we got this thing running.
Oh god, I just remembered how I... Speaking of item damage, I just remember what I did with one of the things with the trowels and Physis. I ended up rewriting it so the damage was stored in the NVT instead of the actual damage, so that I could use the meta values so that, like, NEI didn't screw up the recipes.
I'm throwing... I think that this thing has an adaptive power use. I think the more power you generate, the more power it uses. That's my theory.
Well, that was like 1,000. That was 1,500 a moment ago.
What, the out?
Yeah.
The out was negative 300. I went and started generating 2,500 hours per tick. It's now at just under negative 100. That doesn't make sense.
A little while ago, when you were before you went down there, it was reading negative, like out 1,500ish.
Yeah, because I actually had to put down in here. I put TNT, redstone, and slime in those generators. So those are running now, and when I did that, this said out 300. So I went to the old base, I turned on the energetic generator, which is 2,500 hours per tick when it's running, and we're losing power somewhere. Power is not getting where it's supposed to be, or this thing uses more power the more it has available. I can't really think of any other explanation. Go up to the base and see what, I mean up to the roof and see if the thing is... Yeah, see, this is empty.
John has two questions. One,
Yep.
is your coffee good? And two, what's the name of your little skeleton Lego Minecraft dude there on your
Oh, on
mic?
my mic boom, I can actually swerve this around. This is actually a Minecraft skeleton from the Minecraft Lego kits. If you go into the Lego stores in some larger Lego stores, in malls and stuff in some cities, they have the individual guys that you can buy separately, like the skeleton or Steve or whatever, or creepers. You can buy those parts separately. So my niece actually got me this for Christmas. And what was the other question? Coffee? What?
Is your coffee good?
Oh, my coffee is awesome. We have a decaf. We actually have a decaf coffee that it's decaffeinated the right way. There's good ways and bad ways to decaffeinate coffee. Most companies, when you look at Folgers, they have a caffeinated and decaffeinated coffee that are the same price. That's bad. The decaf should always be more expensive. Always, always, always. If it's the same or cheaper, then they have skimped on decaffeinating it, and it ruins the flavor. They use chemicals. We get this stuff that's called Swiss water decaf, which they basically use natural, I think it's distilled or something like that, water. It's just water, and they take it through this system where they take the actual caffeine out of the beans using this water. And that's the best way to do it.
How are we getting the power in from the other base?
How are we getting it in?
Yeah, by what means?
Well, that power was, let's see. That power was coming through RF Tools batteries. What I think I might do instead, let's do power, let's see, send, cuts and convey power. Receive roof, let's do C and V, the old base. And I think I put a dimensional transceiver back here at the old base. Let me see if I can actually reroute how this power is coming back through. Yeah, here it is. So what I'll do, I'm gonna do this. This should always work under its own power. We're gonna send. Oh no, that's not right. Oh God. On old base. There's points in time where I wonder if the dimensional transceivers have had the power loop problem introduced back to them. Yeah, see, here we go. In 4,200. Yep. Jiminy Christmas. There we go. Okay, awesome. Actually, I'm gonna... Ugh, gross. Get the gold from here and basically atomize it. At the time, true, I'm using what? Is the Ender IO dimensional thing looping power? A default, it has a 10% power loss. Yes, and I'm thinking that's what's happening, Death of Time. In 1.7.10, early on in Ender IO, the dimensional transceiver had a power loop consumption problem. If you had a whole bunch of sources that were on the same loop, then they would sit there and cycle through a whole ton of power when it wasn't needed. They would basically constantly keep moving the power. Later on in Ender IO, for 1.7.10, that got solved. I think it has come back in some capacity now, because I had the same problem where we had power disappearing with the roof, and I moved the roof to its own separate broadcast channel, and it seems like that made things better, and now it's even higher when I did the old base that way. Now we have 4,100 inputs. Suddenly we have power surplus, and this thing is filling up rapidly. So yeah, I think that's probably what's going on, Death of Time. We, friends of Vagram, should ask LEGO for a Vagram figure kit. That is very, very adorable. They don't care who I am. Probably not going to happen. Let's see. Actually, no, I'm not going to do the iron yet because I'm still waiting for the gold. Waiting for the gold. Okay, let's get some of these. Do that. I'm half tempted to swap these. Maybe? I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it right now. Okay. So you have more Certus quartz. Do you want to abscond with that and do things with it?
Already done.
What stuff do you need also up there? Do you need like iron, copper, gold? What?
I actually have a refined storage grid up here to pull things out of.
Yeah, I know, but for your crafting, what stuff do you need up there for the crafting?
Good question.
I think you need gold, right?
Yeah, but I've been pulling that out of here and just dropping some in the system already.
Okay.
I mean, heck, if there are specific things that we need in volume to come out of here, we could put a storage bus on here and have a refined storage interface. And I know that doesn't show the whole network, but it will present anything that you set to be stored, to be presented by the interface, so specific items.
Right.
So we could have like gold and iron and stuff, and it would just pull it automatically out of the base network.
Well, I mean, oh, you mean it would pull it out of the refined storage network, out of the AE network?
Yeah, out of the refined storage one.
Okay. Do you want to do that? Because we've got... we've got like 1,500 ingots of gold sitting up here. We got absurd amounts of diamonds and emeralds. I know you use diamonds,
I mean,
right?
the thing is... Oh, yeah. The thing about it is you can't, like, do the thing like when you have... Because, like, with AE itself, if you put a storage bus onto an interface, it will read the entire network that's attached to that interface. Whereas with refined storage, it obviously won't because it's a different system, but it will still read anything that you're telling the interface to stock because they're still items in an inventory. So if we can use interfaces and pull certain items like redstone and iron and gold and diamonds out from the thing, and it will consume them as if they're in its storage.
Yeah.
So we need a refined storage interface.
Okay. In regards to, somebody said that their actual chat was out of sync. Everyone is a bit off. Says, well, okay, it depends on what service you're watching on. If you're watching on YouTube, what you do is first, across the very bottom, when you mouse over the bottom of the playback window, there will be a control bar, and there's a button that says live. If it does not have a red dot next to it, you're not up to current. Click on it, it will bring you up to current. A lot of people will get a little bit of hiccups, a few frame drops because of their connection, and they get behind by a few seconds, and it happens over the course of 30 minutes. So you can hit live.
I often end up like 5 behind.
Yeah. So, and now another thing you can do is right-click on the video itself, and there's a little pop-down option that will say Stats for Nerds. If you click on that, it will tell you how many seconds behind you are. Like on my end, I'm 24 seconds behind. Now, if you're behind on Beam, it's the same problem on the controls. There is a little option on the Beam controls across the bottom to bring yourself up to live. It's just one of those live stream things you have to stay on top of. Hey, Greater C, what's going on? Okay. So, do you need me to craft the interface thing, or do you have... Let's see, constructors, importers, we got cables. We do not.
It would be very useful.
It would be useful what?
It'd be very useful if you could create one of those.
Interface?
Yes, please.
ME interface. Let's see, refined storage interface. So I need an importer, an exporter, and a basic processor. There's an exporter. I need one of those. Pretty please. I'm just going to grab some cabling. And then I need a basic processor also. There we go. Here's the importer. And there's the processor. What I have to do.
Actually, I think the biggest problem at the moment is silicon.
I can make you a whole SWAT of it. Hang on a sec. Interface. Oh, color me silly. We actually had some sitting around. Haha. There are some refined storage cables. Refined storage interface.
Yeah, we just need to put it in the wall, don't we?
Oh. Well, you've got the cable, so suck it up. Let's see. Sand. That's right. Is this done? That is donezo. Awesome. I'm just going to dump all of this in there. I'm going to get a whole bunch. Okay.
30 minutes.
Thank you. Has Preach appeared? What? Add to the merch shop, Vagram NTTFT cuts 3D figures. I could do that, John Wary. There is actually a company that will do prints of small and large-sized, articulatable, like at the shoulders and the hips, figurines for Minecraft characters. I have considered seeing if people would want to... we would do limited runs. We'd have to do like 5 at a time. Start with the small ones maybe, but we could do those. Yeah, that is a thing I can do. People are torturing our seg again, apparently. Okay. I'm starting to get some pretty severe hitching. Silver. Do I really not have silver?
God, man, yeah, I'm taking a massive frame rate hit.
What are you and why are you in here? What? The heck? Oh, God. Okay. Yeah, well, that's the thing. It says 50 FPS, 45 FPS, but something is tanking it pretty seriously.
Wow. Yeah, my frame rate graph is shooting off the top of the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Reads me as 15 frames per second. Oh, yeah. Oh, 4.
Oh, whatever.
Okay, so I thought that would work, but apparently it doesn't work.
What?
Because apparently, all the storage bus sees the import slots on the interface, and not the export slots. So it can't actually see the things that the interface is showing, only the stuff that it's slowly drawing back into the system.
That's
really sucky.
I don't know if that's something you need to talk to our Raul about or Algorithm about.
I honestly don't know who would be to blame.
We need to get those two people talking so that we can actually have a little bit of interchange between these systems. Cause reasons. Hey, Richard Falk, welcome to the live stream. You are towards the end, but that's okay. Yeah. Dragon Master is now following on Beam. Thank you very much. Also, I think shepherd's pie is weird. I'm just going to say it.
You like mine.
I will eat shepherd's pie, and I do kind of like shepherd's pie. But up front, it's this kind of combination of like squishy and crunchy. And I'm usually, I don't know. It's just weird. I'm not saying it's bad. It's a little odd to me. I will definitely eat it though. Okay. We are generating more power than we need. This thing. Here's another set of Certus quartz. I'm just going to go up to the top floor here and stick it in the system.
Vagram Vision request has been put in.
Oh, I can do that. Hang on a sec, I think. Yep, there we go. Whee! Oh, I just moved it down some. I'm a genius. Smart I am. Boop.
Well, that's disappointing that doesn't work. I was hoping that would be a partial solution. I hadn't thought about that before. And turns out it doesn't work anyway.
So we are going to have to keep a small stock of stuff in that system for auto-crafting until we can get that fully transferred over.
Correct, which is what I was already doing before. Disappointing.
Okay. Stocking your system with more silicone. So many silicones. What mods are you using? Says Dragon Master. We are using actually an interesting collection of mods. We've got Applied Energistics 2, Refined Storage, Ender IO. We've got Immersive Engineering, Quark, Botania, Psi, all sorts of stuff.
Whole pile of things.
Yeah, a whole pile of things. It's kind of a weird conglomeration and mismatch. In theory, next reset will actually have actually editions. Wow. We will have actual editions on the server. Actually, I'm going to go other base. Actually, I'm going to see what the progress is on the monster spawner. Need the banhammer? What's going on over on Beam?
It wasn't Beam. She was following on YouTube. We had a sub collector.
Ah, one of those. They're losers. Whatever. It's one thing I need to talk to the Restream.io people. Their chat program does not remove chat that has been removed on the YouTube end or the Twitch end. Because if you ban people on Twitch, it will say message deleted. Their client never updates, and it needs to. Let's go all the way down. Technically, not going to need that anymore. 26 levels. Woohoo! And that's all being kept clean. We don't have a whole bunch of drops sitting on the floor, which is very, very good. Because just leaving your items sitting around to decay when you have a monster spawner that's working pretty quickly, not a good thing. Also, at some point, I'm going to actually get somebody to make graphics for a shirt that is going to be a big sledgehammer that says ban on the face. Because reasons. Okay. Obelisk. Let's look at the obelisk. I need one of these. And we do one of these. Yep, this is the right machine. Push. Okay. Awesome. So let's see how much. You have 1,000 silicon in the
Nice.
AE2 system now. I'll shift back to normal here.
Ooh.
Okay.
Huh, I was thinking, like, how are the drives doing? But then I realised I put another 3 in, so it'll be fine anyway. Yeah, plenty of space.
Does it show if you right-click on the drive storage thing? Oh, no, it doesn't. That's one thing I kind of like about the Art Refined storage system, is if you click on the collective block where the drives are put in, it has this kind of master bar of, hey, you're 53% full. I kind of like that. I think it's a neat touch.
Well, yeah, that only really works because it goes by number of items, though. The different drives with the amount of storage is a bit
AE2
different.
goes by number of items. It also goes by types, though. You could have 2 bars. Because the drive interface up there, the GUI for it, has got lots of dead space. You could have items on the left, types on the right.
Yeah, but I mean, they can. If you have 2 different types of drive, a type is worth a different amount of bytes from the drive.
You're still going to have an overall count, though.
Yeah, it would have to be more bytes used than anything else, though, I think.
Well,
I think it's more useful to see the information on each drive, though. But yeah, a total bytes used meter would be nice.
I mean, even if you right-click on this, you could still have bars off to the right of each bar or the left of each drive. Like on that top row, you could have left and right, just like on the outside. You could have 2 little bars. One is types and one is items. And you could easily do that for each one. I think that would be very, very useful. I would like having that information at a glance. Because I'm definitely more of a kind of a quick visual, okay, there it all is, as opposed to individually hovering over each one and having to do the math in my head on things.
Mm. Yeah, my only concern is a combined one, because of the way it works, can be a bit misleading. Like, if you had several drives containing dirt,
yeah,
like 4 drives containing dirt, that's 4 types used, even though it's just 1 type of dirt. Because it's a type for each drive.
Wait a minute, what?
Well, if you had like 4 drives, right? 4 like 1K drives,
right,
and you had so much dirt that it was filling 3.5 drives. That's 4 types used because it's 1 type in each of the drives.
Okay. But it's still filled up on items, right?
Yeah, which is saying why the whole bit that maybe using the bytes.
Just have 1 bar over another, man. You're way overcomplicating it. You have 2 bars, 1 for types, 1 for items. One of the 2 is going to be full. You could at least glance and say, oh, this one is full on types, the one next to it is full on items. Yes, no?
Yeah. But
for some reason you're making
2 types used.
For some reason you're making this sound way more complicated than it needs to be, and I don't know why. That's the part my brain is breaking on. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? You just need a bar, and you just need to see how much of each kind you have. That's it. Because that's all you're looking at for those numbers on the actual drive.
Yeah, but like they matter to the individual drives rather than as a
yeah, so that's what I'm talking about. To the side of each one, you know how the drives are stacked in the middle of that interface going up and down?
Oh, for each drive. Yeah, okay,
yes,
yeah, I fully agree with that one. Fair enough.
Yeah, if you look at that interface.
I thought you meant like a single bar, like the refined storage one.
No. Yes, initially I said that, but
that makes way more sense.
Yes, if you look at it to the left of the left column and the right of the right column, there's tons of blank space there where you could have an individual pair of bars, small bars for each one.
Completely agree. Yeah. That would work really well.
I think that'd be nice. Then you could at a glance see exactly which drive is full of what type, of what thing. I think it'd be cool.
Yeah, I was getting confused because single bar is like, it can be really misleading, but individual for each drive, yeah, by all means.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Somebody was talking about Vagrant Vision for a second there. Let me see if I can remember where this was. Hold on.
I made a command. I did a thing with
did a thing?
Nightbot, and it worked. Yay! Yeah,
Finally.
one of the new people from either Beam or Twitch, I'm not sure which, was asking why it was in black and white. And since we have to explain that more and more often now, I made a command that explains why it's in black and white.
Unfortunately, that's another command I have to replicate to 2 other platforms. But thank you.
Sorry.
I do appreciate it. That's the one thing that drives me batty about Nightbot is they insist on keeping the instances totally separate. If you go to Streamlabs, the new website that was twitchalerts.com, Streamlabs is now Twitch and YouTube alerts, but you have to log in for Twitch, log out, log in for YouTube. Why can't I have a master account that I can have separate connections on? This is what bothers me. So yeah. Yeah, basically, so whoever said it got it right. This is actually a unique black and white filter for me. It's actually not generic monochrome. We didn't just desaturate it. This was actually based upon a test done by Mr. TTFT Cuts here for me, and I deeply appreciate it.
Next version's going to have a thing which can compare the two, because you'll see it's really different to just a straight desaturation.
Yes. Death of Time says, why not have a FAQ on the website that that every site links to? FAQ. We'll eventually get it right. I have considered doing an FAQ on some part of my website or in the forums or something that I could link to. Yeah, there's a lot of questions people ask me routinely. So yeah. Zing. A2 needs a defrag button if we are keeping types. Yes, actually,
you can make one of them already.
What do you mean?
With appropriate subsystems on the drives, you can, for instance, filter out the drives from the drive bays, pass them through one of the machine that can do exactly that, and put them back in.
What? Filter them?
One of the machines can be used for defragging.
Is there a defrag machine? What's it called? Do you remember?
Not specifically. It's the one that you use to transfer items from drive to drive quickly.
Oh, no. No, it does. That's not a solution. Sorry. Having to shuffle drives out, redump them back into the system, and then put the drive back in, that's not a thing.
Yeah, but I mean, you can literally have a button that sets it going that literally does that automatically. You can automate that process.
But that means that whatever drive you're pulling out that is set, if you want to set that drive for a particular type, you have to completely empty it before you can do anything like that.
Yeah, that's fair. When they're formatted, it's a bit of a pain.
Yeah, it would be nice if you could actually say, hey, I'm going to format this and then defrag to update it and move everything out. Or whatever.
Yeah, I was just thinking, when the drives are all generic, because I tend to use a lot of external storage rather than the drives. The drives are just for generic bits and pieces. So I've never ever formatted a drive for any purpose. You can do it when they're not formatted because it doesn't matter which one's which.
Yeah. Okay. Gonna get that and top that off. Put that there. Put those in there. Do I have anything else? Nope. At this point, so this is what I was talking about. Actually having a whole bunch of power storage, putting the quantum quarry up here like somewhere, and then actually having an ore processing chain that got the ore, ran it through like a sag mill and then an alloy smelter, and then sent it back into the storage system. I have not done that yet because we are, in theory, eventually, at some point, maybe, going to be transferring to AE2. Maybe.
It's more, having
why can't we make a system now, Cuts?
Was the only thing in between.
We've had
I don't know. We could now. Now we can, probably.
Snap to it,
Still
buddy.
needs a lot of Certus quartz.
Charged and regular. More Certus quartz coming up. Boop, boop.
There is a thing in here as well, by the way.
Whee! Yeah. I think I would probably put it over here. And I would sandwich it between two different dimensional transceivers because I'm not running wires all the way over here. Have an input dimensional transceiver and then an output dimensional transceiver. Or maybe just one that loops. I don't know. But I think I would rather keep it clean and have two separate ones because of, the possibility of nasty loops in one. But that way we could actually have... Actually, I only need one because I have power coming in, but I have items going out. Yeah, I could do it with one. Yeah. So we have everything coming into the ender quarry. I mean, the quantum quarry. I keep calling it the ender quarry. The quantum quarry, it comes in, it gets processed, and then it gets sent out the other end to the refined storage system or the AE2 system. I think that could be cool. I think it'd be really neat. That would save us a lot of walking around. Maybe even have a switch down here that we could use some wireless redstone from RF tools, and have a lever that we could actually have hooked up to the quantum quarry. Flip the lever, turn off the quantum core, or flip it and turn it on, whatever. I think it'd be neat. Then we could turn things on from down here, just let it run. We could monitor the power right here and see what's going on. The only thing we'd probably want to do is keep it daytime for the sake of power input, but whatever. Exploding fish, aquatic creepers. I have seen that mod. Those fish are awesome. I like that game if it wasn't for... Wait a minute, what? Oh. I finally got logged into all 3 platforms. I forgot earlier. I've been busy screaming like a girl because of exploding fish and Subnautica. You're talking about Crash Fish. And I had to uninstall Subnautica recently, so yeah. Go see how much more experience we've got. I'm curious. I want to accrue a whole bunch of experience and then do a big set of enchantments on my Indoor Dark Armor. 'Tis my goal. What could be scarier than a pack of creepers that have you cornered? A pack of compressed creepers that have you cornered.
I'm glad that I haven't had to deal with a single mob in Sky Factory yet.
Compressed mobs are awe-inspiringly terrifying.
I mean, I say by deal with, actually have to fight in a situation where they can fight back. We had plenty of manual mob killing.
Yeah. We have those too in our sky block that we're doing. But I have had the misfortune while I was testing I was doing some survival testing. This was about a month ago. And I ran across a skeleton and cave. I just hit it before I really paid attention to the fact that it was a compressed skeleton. So I had a pretty good weapon. I killed it pretty quick, but then it uncompresses to 9 skeletons, and they start pegging you with rapid fire bows. You're dead before you know it. Yeah, basically. It's dumb. I couldn't block fast enough. I'm channeling my inner Marky Moose, screaming like a little girl. Actually, I think he screamed better than a little girl, really. Oh, what happened that needed to uninstall it? Basically, I've had this kind of burnout thing. I'm going to go to Facecam for this because it's actually important. I want to stress this. I am not giving up on early access games, but I'm having to dial back on early access games a lot. Because, Minecraft screws up a lot. I cannot stress this enough. Minecraft skews and tilts a lot of people's perspective on game value pretty badly because they paid $24 for it 4 or 5 years ago, and they've been playing it ever since. So if they cannot...
It's like Terraria. Terraria is just like the best value thing ever because it's got so big. It's like 30 times bigger than it used to be, and that's a perfect example.
So, I mean, that's the thing, right? Is that those style of games screw up the entire rest of the game industry. There are kids under the age of 20 that can't comprehend paying $60 for a release title you're probably going to play for 3 months. That is beyond their comprehension. And it's really messed up the gaming market quite a bit. Now, is this a problem? It's a good problem to have, I guess, but my big thing about early access titles on Steam right now is I invested in Subnautica, and every patch that rolls out in Subnautica, their saves don't update. So you have to either start over to get the new content completely, which is really bad design, or try to manually update your save file by erasing regions. The problem is, if you made any bases anywhere other than where you started, you're screwed. So if anything around where you have made a base doesn't get updated, you get these weird seams and world gaps and stuff like this. And every update, Subnautica's performance gets worse for me. So I have uninstalled it. I'm probably going to reinstall it to see if I can get some smooth performance again. But I just cannot play it as a Let's Play series anymore because I get 5 episodes in and have to restart. 5 episodes, have to restart. 5 episodes, have to restart. I can't do that. That's just not... Yeah, Stubbs, what's going on? That's just not a thing. And a thing. A Texan's coming out. Problem title number 2. We all happy few. Or we happy few. We Happy Few is an amazing game. I love the graphics. I love the setting. I love the storyline they have to it. But every update, if I don't restart, I crash. I can play 5 minutes and it'll crash, which means I am forced to restart every single game, every single major patch. So, yeah. I found it's best to play early access title games after they're released, so not really worth investing in before that. Here's the problem, Death of Time. Can you really name early access titles that have released? I want you to name me 5. Anybody in chat, anybody in voice that wants to chime in on this, if you can name me 5 early access titles that have actually fully released and were good games when they came out. Rust, it's been in early access for the better part of 4 years. Ark, early access. Subnautica has been in early access for several years now. H1Z1's early access. 7 Days to Die is early access. Yes, the most stable early access gaming is Creativerse, and that's true. I hate Creativerse with a burning passion of 1,000 suns, but it's true. It's super stable.
5 minutes.
Thank you. That's
Starbound.
Yeah, okay, that's the thing. I can think of 2. Starbound and Don't Starve. That's it. The only early access games that have left early access. There are articles all over the web on this. People that are way smarter than me, industry pundits, doing an analysis on this. The actual percentage of games that leave early access is incredibly, infinitesimally small. Yeah, only early access program I can think of releasing and being good was Kerbal Space Program and Stardew Valley. See, that's it. It's a super short list. You can name 5 games if you actually dig, but the problem is that's not real common. You can't really look at an early access game and say, I'm going to get into that when it comes out. You have to say, you have to either determine you want to get into it now in early access or expect it to never come out of early access. That's the problem. Yeah, Don't Starve and Don't Starve Together. Actually, Don't Starve Together wasn't early access. It came out as a release game.
Well, that was more, in a way, a spin-off, though.
It's a standalone game. You don't require the initial one.
Yeah, but I mean, it was like, let's take the game and make it a multiplayer version. So it's more of a follow-on.
I'm hip, but it is technically a completely separate standalone Steam title. It is treated as a separate thing in Steam. It's not just an add-on to the original one. That's the only reason I would count it as separate. Why do you not like Creativerse? Creativerse released as a game that was going to be... I paid for Creativerse. It's free to play now. There's problem number 1. They released it as a pay title, and they didn't get any traction, the traction that they wanted to with it, and they saw an allure in free to play. So what they did was, a couple of months after it had been out in early access and they'd been charging people for it, they suddenly switched up and said, no, it's free to play in early access, which is actually not technically supposed to be allowed. You're not supposed to have a free to play game in early access, but they cheated and got under the bar as early access and then changed their actual charge rates. And Steam has not penalized them. So yeah, they started off as charge. It was like 10 or 15 bucks. And then I saw potential in it. Then they said, instead, no, we're going to go free to play. We're going to put a cash shop in the game and you're going to be able to buy blocks. It's like, imagine starting off in Minecraft, but you could open a window and buy a stack of diamond blocks when you started off for $5. Sorry, you lost me. No bueno. Yeah, I think there's a difference between closed open beta and early access. And there is. Huge. Yeah, Garjan says Invisible Incorporated. Good game. Early access to release. Yeah, the list is super short, and the only ones that have come out have been pretty good games. But it's one of them things. Okay, Mr. Kutz, we actually have, what is our state for potentially shifting into overdrive on Monday? I mean, Tuesday.
Grim Dawn. Grim Dawn was excellent.
I've never even heard of Grim Dawn.
It's a what would it count as? Action RPG like Diablo. Good stuff.
Oh, okay. That sounds cool. I might go look that up. That sounds awesome. I kind of like Diablo-likes. I played Diablo.
Yeah, It's a kind of thing that reminds me in many ways of your Mana Punk thing, in a way. It's like there's magic and stuff, but it's kind of like, what if that was in Victorian time instead?
Oh, cool. Okay. I played Diablo 2 in the expansion for probably 2 or 3 years straight. That was one of my main games. So
yeah, it's good. It's some people who originally worked on Titan Quest have basically brought the engine forward and done a new game with it. And
I've heard of that. I think I have that.
Yeah, that's an excellent one as well.
Oh yeah, okay. Death of Time says Diablo 2 crossed with Titan Quest, good and dark and good. Cool. Okay, there's a new thing I need to look up. I learned something new. That's awesome. But my big point is that if you look at the total volume of games that enter early access, the number of games that come out of it is less than 1%. Not great.
But then, in many ways, that's because the stuff is starting to be filled with shovelware.
Yes, it's a pretty big problem. Thankfully, folks are spotting it pretty good for the most part. But yeah, okay. I do have a live stream tomorrow, 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, basically 2 in the afternoon Texas time. I do have a live stream that is going to be a creative building live stream from the BC4 test server. We have a big project we are going to be resuming. We might be on a new version of the pack, testing it. We'll see. Otherwise, we're going to cut things off here. Call it a night. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming by. Likes, thumbs up. Don't forget that there's a lot of content creators out there, like myself, Dark Preacher, ForgeCraft, guys like Shadowstar, the Bromigos like Craig and Super Dave. We all do this for a living. This is our day job, basically. So just keep that in mind. Likes, comments, positive feedback always helps, even if that's all you can do support-wise. That still goes a long way towards keeping that positive loop in our head and letting us know that people enjoy what we do. So, Mr. Cutts, any parting words of wisdom?
We should be good to go, pending more Certus, because this thing's really Certus hungry to build a big network with. But it should be good to go next time or whatever, now that we actually have a decent amount.
Yeah.
I mean, all the crafting recipes are in. It should be straightforward to do. I just finished the last thing, added some more crafting storage so we can craft 4 things at once, if necessary.
Very cool. Well, then we can work on that and see if maybe on Tuesday we can switch over from refined storage to AE2 and get some better auto crafting going, because I look forward to the day that I can request a vibrant capacitor and I don't have to do all the individual danged parts.
Or that when you put it in and you try to order it, it gets stuck halfway through.
Exactly. So we're going to cut things off there. And yes, tomorrow is Grimco Construction, 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm in Texas. For anybody who wants to know, what time is that? Just Texas time. It's the same as Chicago. That's where I am. So 2 p.m.
GMT.
Do what?
Is it minus? I think it's -6 rather than -5, which is East Coast.
Yes, it's -6. Yeah. Right now we're -6 GMT. So yeah. Otherwise, we'll see you folks later. Have a good evening. Thank you very much for stopping by, and we will catch you on the flip side. See you.